Hi everyone. So in this second video, we're going to look at how to create a bootable USB disk. In our first video, we looked at how to download Ubuntu and Linux Mint. Okay, so if you're interested in getting started with the Linux, so go ahead and check this video, and then you'll have links in the description that will be able to help you get started with that. All right. So we looked at Ubuntu and Linux Mint. Now, the version of Linux Mint that we looked at is a derivative of Ubuntu. Okay, so you can see that Linux Mint version 22.1, codename Zia. So that actually corresponds to Ubuntu 24.04, the long-term support version for Ubuntu. Okay, so it's supported for 5 years, 2024 all the way to 2029. And if you're using Ubuntu Pro, then you have it available for an extended, period up to 12 years. Now, moving forward in this particular tutorials, I'll be focusing on Ubuntu. It's my daily driver, and just personal preference, prefer to work with it. But if you're interested in Linux Mint, the process for creating a bootable disk will work whether you're using Ubuntu, Linux Mint, or any other distribution. So let's get started. You should already have, so prerequisites, of course, you have your laptop ready. You should have your ISOs downloaded. Okay, so your images should be downloaded and verified. So I have my Ubuntu here, ready to write it to my flash drive. So the first thing you need is your Ubuntu image downloaded. Secondly, what you need is to have your flash disk ready. So it's already plugged in. Now the thing that you need to make sure is the process of writing the image to your flash drive. It's not just a matter of copying this image to the flash drive. You need to actually write it so that it is bootable, meaning you can use it to install an operating system. Booting into the BIOS, and then going ahead and installing, and I'll do a video for that as well. So that's the second thing, that you need your flash drive ready and back up any files from the flash drive, because the process of writing an image to the flash drive will overwrite any data that is there. Okay, so once you have those two things ready, then you are ready to proceed. So what we'll do is that we'll come to the Ubuntu website. Ubuntu does provide very useful tutorial concerning how to download and even install. So in our case, we've downloaded our image, and we are going to focus now on creating a bootable USB stick. Now there are two options to go about it. If you are running Windows, Linux, or macOS, you can still go ahead and create it. If you're running Windows, you will just be limited to using a particular software like balenaEtcher or Rufus. But if perchance you're running Linux, or you have access to, a laptop or a desktop that has Linux installed, especially Ubuntu, then it's very seamless. What you just need to do is to go ahead and press on the super key, search for disk. Okay, then you'll see this particular program, the Startup Disk Creator. This will help you very easily create a bootable disk. So all you need to do is go ahead and select your ISO file, okay, where you have it downloaded. For me, it's in downloads. I select Ubuntu, I select my image, and it automatically detects the flash drive that is selected, and all I need to do is go ahead and click Make Startup Disk, okay, and you're good to go. The second option would be then to use a particular software like balenaEtcher or Rufus, like I mentioned. So any one of those ones, I've used both, they work fine. So feel free to use whichever option you would want. The process is very similar to using the Startup Disk Creator, the default program that's available on Ubuntu, but with just a few more options. If you're going to be using these options here. I want to go ahead and show you how to do that with balenaEtcher, which is what Ubuntu recommends in their tutorial here. Okay, so I'll click on the link that has been provided here. We'll land on balenaEtcher's website. I'll download it. Select your specific download depending on your platform. For my case, I want to go ahead and download the .deb, the Debian package. So I'll click on this. it will take me to the GitHub repository for balenaEtcher. I want to look at the release page so that I can download the latest version that's available, which is version 2.1.4. And what I need to do is go ahead and download this deb file, okay, the .deb file. I will go ahead and save that, or actually it's already saved, okay, so that's fine, no need to save it again. The thing that then we will do is go ahead to your file where it is, okay, here it is. Then I'll open this in terminal because I want to use the command line to install it. You can simply double click on the file to install it, or open it with you can open it with App Center, but I prefer to use the command line. It's a lot faster, and I just prefer to use it. And as we go along, you'll be able to also learn a little bit more about using it if you're totally new to Ubuntu. So the command you need to run is, if you run ls to list the files inside the directory, you'll be able to see the files here, same as my directory as well as my folders. Then just write run sudo dpkg -i, and then I'll go ahead and begin to search for, type balena, press tab, it will autocomplete for you. I'll need to go ahead and put in my password. It doesn't usually show your password, of course, when you're on the terminal, so don't let that throw you off if you're new to using the terminal. It will go ahead and unpack and install balenaEtcher, and then we should be good. I think I had already installed it, so it's fine. I think it will just, let's just complete it. It will find out that it already is installed, and then we can proceed. Okay, there we go. So this is one of the beautiful things about using Linux and the command line interface. Even if you have a program already installed, it doesn't go ahead and do like a duplicate or duplicate the files. It will actually just check if there's anything that's missing and maybe update it, or simply just notice that it already is existing and it will just complete. So then we can go ahead and search for balenaEtcher. There it is. And now the process is very similar. We can close this out to using the other startup disk creator. I'll click on flash from file, select my ISO, okay, so Ubuntu, there it is, and then I'll select my target. So here is the flash drive that I have installed, and then from here I'll just flash it, okay. I'll need to put in my password, authenticate it, and then we're good. Let's go ahead and fast forward this. Okay, so this is almost done. Let it finish validating. Okay, so you need to be a little patient, but then once it completes, then we're good. Okay, and with that, we have learned how to write a bootable USB stick, and so now we are ready to install Ubuntu onto our laptop. So catch you in the next one.